Well, it's on the agenda again, or at least it's on the back pages. Chancellor Gordon Brown, the man who wants us all to think of ourselves as British, has now come out as a supporter of a Great Britain football team. He says he expects the four home nations to be playing under one banner in the Olympic Games in 2012. The idea of amalgamating Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales and England into Team GB has long been suggested, but fiercely resisted by supporters and football associations alike. It's widely believed that once the principle of a Great Britain Olympic team has been established, all four countries will eventually lose their right to play under their own flags at any level, including the World Cup. Well, earlier I spoke to football pundit Gordon Smith and the Tartan Army's Hamish Husband about the issue. I asked Gordon Smith what he thought of the idea of a Great Britain Olympic football team.
I think that the Olympics are not that important in terms of football teams. So as long as our national team was not affected and people couldn't make an argument that we should join up as a UK, and I don't think they would. I think we have enough of a presence now as a country, a nation. We've got our own football league in the UEFA. I don't think there'd be a problem with it as long as we join up and play in a British team for the Olympics. I mean, it's not really a big football tournament as it is, and I think we could do it without having any effect totally on our nationality and also our individuality.
And you would support a football team for Great Britain?
I would say, I'm not going to push for it, but I would say I would support it, yes. I would definitely support them if we were playing in it, yeah.
Well, Hamish Husband, you said that you would never, ever support a GB team under any circumstances.
I feel that there is absolutely no reason as a football fan, and remember football fans think and feel emotionally. I have no attachment to a Great Britain football team, so when I go to watch a club team that I support or my national team, then it's my total involvement in the game. Win, lose or draw, I live for the 90 minutes, I live for the week before and the week after. That's what football means to me. It maybe doesn't make sense, but that's what football means to myself and all the other fans.
But it goes beyond just not going to support. Do you actually oppose it because you think it would in some way be damaging to Scotland?
I think there is the fear, and Gordon touched upon it there, that there are African nations out there that question Scotland, England, Ireland and Northern Ireland's position within world football. We have a special place because we're part of the Rules Committee, and when FIFA meet them, they actually tend to meet in Britain, and we have a great power that is resented worldwide. So we've had FIFA presidents in the past claiming that the four nations are safe, but I would doubt that. But again, going back, there is also, as a football fan, no attachment to GB.
Is it possible that this would sail the past and that should give FIFA an opportunity to say we don't need four national teams?
I would hope not, and if that was the case, then I would be opposed to it. And some people might put up the argument, Hamish could very well put up that this would be the start of the process towards making it one nation. But I think we're strong enough in our own right to show that we are a nation. We have our own league, and we play in UEFA competitions, and a national team is well known as a singular aspect. So I don't think there'd be a problem with it. We might not support the Olympic team. Football fans might say, well, I don't support a British team, but when Britain in the Olympics, I like to see Britain winning medals. And if we had 40 athletes in a relay team, and two of them were Scots, one was English, one was Irish, I would be supporting them because we're from Britain. So I would support the team, and I think that hopefully that we can just allow it to happen.
Well, there is a kind of a precedent, isn't there? And that hockey has a British team, it's won a gold medal, and yet there's four individual national teams, and they haven't been amalgamated.
The hockey team won an Olympic gold with, I believe, 11 Englishmen, and I strongly supported them because they were the GB team representing the country and recognised the Olympic sport. Now, football has been played in the Olympics over the years, and I think Queen's Park players have played in the Great Britain Olympic team. But I'll go back to this emotional involvement. I'll also say that I'm not convinced that the Scottish international footballer would be really that bothered about playing. You could produce a Great Britain football badge, but I'm not even convinced Stephen Presley would kiss it.
This is something to do, let's face it, this is something to do with the rivalry with the English national team.
Well, the Association of Tartan Army Clubs actually have contacted the supporters associations from the other three home internationals, and they're all against it as well because England go to the European and World Cups every 2 years. Their fans are now behaving themselves. They're a great time. Wales can get larger crowds than us. The four of us were extremely proud, and we really enjoy going to watch our countries play. And if we win, we're delighted. If we lose, we just get on with it. But it's going back to the emotional thing. It actually doesn't mean anything. The Great Britain football team.
Well, Gordon, the British Olympic Association say that they want this, and it's going to go ahead anyway. What do you think would be the implications of that if, for example, supporters of all four countries, as Hamish said, really want to see it?
I don't think there would be any implication as long as it was allowable and the players were willing to play in it, and the associations gave their permission at the end of the day. I'm very Scottish. I see myself first and foremost as a Scots person, and the British secondary, but the Olympics are about Britain. It's always been the British team, and we get a lot of satisfaction when Scots people do well, whether they're part of the athletics team, part of hockey as you mentioned, and whether they're part of football. So I think that it was something we can go for. It wouldn't be regarded as a fantastic tournament to win in football terms, because even the teams are going to be selected by age and different factors like that. So it's not going to be out and out the top echelons of football to win the Olympics even, but I just think why not? It's part of Britain. We enter a British team, and I say let's go for it. I've no complaints about it at all.
Okay, Gordon, thank you very much. Thank you both very much for joining us.